that way, Manchester, and so we're on our way to Birmingham to do a gas valve. We're just helping out one of our engineer team members. He's on holiday today, and the other reason why I'm on the way to Birmingham is I want to prove a point actually to this trained, well, I'd say he's an engineer, he's a gas safe engineer. And what we tried to do, we tried to outsource this job because, as I said, one of our members is on holiday. So we rang this particular engineer, who said to one of my staff members, we said, we've got a gas valve, but what's replacing on a Ferroli? The gas valve's on site, just needs fitting. So this engineer from Birmingham says to my staff member, it's going to take about 3 to 4 hours to fit this gas valve. I want £40 call out and £40 an hour to do this gas valve. So it tells, as I said, 4 hours is saying to fit a gas valve. So I said to the staff member, I'll ring this engineer myself and speak to him. So I rang him up and I said to him, hey mate, this gas valve, what you want to do, what's going to take about 4 hours to fit, I think, you know, it's only going to take an hour. I said, I'm an engineer like you, so, you know, I know what it takes. And I told him who I was. I said, you can go on my YouTube channel and check me out, just to prove I know what I'm talking about. You can see my diagnostic videos, what I'm doing. Anyway, it was a bit standoffish. He didn't really say much. He didn't really challenge me, because the thing what he said was trying to say to my staff member, there's one or two things. He was either trying to rip her off by saying such a ridiculous estimation to fit a gas valve, or he didn't know what he's doing. And what I think what he's really saying is that I'm a newbie, I've never fitted a gas valve, I don't know how long it's going to take me, so I think it's going to take me 4 hours, so I charge you, customer, for me learning because I don't know what I'm doing. That's what it really was saying. So I said to myself, you know what, there must be loads of guys like this person who's just gas safe registered, and now going out there on their own, chancing it, doing jobs, what, they're going to screw up, tell people bad information, rip them off, do all sorts of drama, and this is what the customers are going to have to endure. Now, I tried to speak to this guy and say, look, I can help you. That's what I actually said to him. I said, I can help you, but he didn't want to know. He was a bit afraid, he was unsure, but he's going to make loads and loads of mistakes, and that's going to be replicated with thousands of engineers, gas safe engineers, who've just started going out there and trying it on their own and going to make loads of mistakes. But today, Isaac's with me. Now he's one of these guys who's just, you know, recently started out, but he's picked the right path. Haven't you, Isaac?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. I say, the little time I spent with you now, 7 days now with you, you've opened my mind to a lot of things, especially the skills and handling tools and getting the job done, the diagnostic, using your 5 senses, you know, and all those things that I never used to think of before. Normally I would want to go through the MIs to check and everything, but you've made me see that the MIs are there for you to look at, but you still have to like use your 5 senses. So it's been good.
Okay, so this guy, what you heard the conversation with as well,
yeah,
about this guy saying it's going to take 4 hours to fit a gas valve.
Yeah.
What do you think about other guys who basically go out there without limited skills and just trying stuff and going to cut things up? How do you think like they're going to fare being making good money in this business as opposed to what you're doing?
Yeah, think it's two things now. First of all, the confidence that they need. Going out there straight away on your own, you can't have that full confidence. One. Then two, you make a lot of mistakes, costly ones, because there are times that maybe you could fix a component wrongly. Like you always tell me to stand back when you're in the thick of action. You have to like stand back and check and see what you're doing. So they will definitely make mistakes, and those mistakes will be costly. So definitely those 2 points are very important points. Yeah. And any new guy, any new engineer needs to have confidence to face the customer, to face the task ahead, and not making any mistake. That will be costly.
Okay, and like these new guys out there, not only are they going to make mistakes, the customers are going to be wary of them. Also, before even the customer situation, the money what these guys charge, like this guy who, he said it's £40 call out, £40 an hour.
Yeah.
He didn't have a clue about pricing. He was basically a busy fool. We had another guy, I think we spoke to in Birmingham yesterday, and we rang him and said, can you do this job? The one which we're going to now, and he said to my staff member, he said, well, I've got loads of work, I'm busy, I've got loads of breakdowns, I'm busy the rest of the week.
After 800 yards.
And I said to myself, wow, he's really busy. But then we checked to see how much he was charging. And that's why he was busy, because he was undercharging. And he's a busy fool again. He's working and working and working, doing 3 jobs, which I could make as much money on 1 job or 2 jobs. So he's working a job more for nothing, because these guys, they haven't got business sense. They don't know about business. They don't know how to create the right platform. And it's because they've got no training, they've got no idea. They're just doing things what they think it should be. It's trial and error. Whatever pops in the head, whatever they hear, that's what they do. So they've got no structure behind what they're doing when they're going out there in the world in business. But in the Engineer Team Network, this is what we teach you. This is why I call myself Coach Tony Morgan, because I coach people like Isaac who have seen basically the light, seen what I'm offering and what that can make the difference for these guys like Isaac. So to basically hit the ground running, they've got the right foundation, they've got the right image. The customers are going to look at them in a different light because of the way their image is and the way they portray themselves. So this person who I spoke to about the 4-hour gas valve job, I want you to hopefully reflect in what you said, and you've made a mistake by turning me down. You should have really took the opportunity of saying, well, you know what, you're right, I don't really know what I'm doing, can you help me? But it's never too late. You can still come back to me, it's not a problem. We're here to help each other. We make mistakes, and it's up to you to recognise that you've made a mistake.
Yeah.
And you can always come back. You can look at the website, you can click on the link below this video to go to the Masterful Engineer website. That will learn you about the mindset business training of what we do. That will give you the foundation, what you need in order to become a masterful engineer. Right, with the boiler repair training what I'm offering and what Isaac's going through now, one of the many sort of techniques what we adopt is the visualization technique, and we use this to when we go on a job and we video it and we go through the processes, which you'll see on other videos, I've also introduced this visualization technique for him to visualize what is done, what is seen, and to really focus on that so he can go through what was done and said while he was doing his training on that specific job. And he does it over and over again, and then we always get replication of jobs because we get that many jobs. We can go back to a job or get a similar job and then just go over it again, and that's when it starts, that imprinting of his mind of the technique which I've shown him what to do. It then just flows out. It builds that training, it imprints the information, so his confidence is drastically increased. So Isaac, what do you think about the techniques I've been telling you, and what do you feel that's sort of bringing you on, bringing the confidence up? What do you think?
The techniques have been very helpful to me personally, because I came from a background where I never used to handle tools, but the technique as in handling tools now is working for me. What you've shown me, I've been trying to practice it. I try as much as possible to visualize, handling spanners, and especially in difficult places, especially inside the boiler. So those techniques that you've shown me have been very, very helpful to me.
All right, cool, excellent. Yeah, and that particular technique, as I said, it can be used for anything. Anything. Okay, we had a phone call before on an interruption there. So what I was saying earlier was on the visualization techniques, we have a set of videos which help you to create creative visualization. So in this program, I said these videos, there's 4 of them. It gives you the techniques how to do it. Even if you can't do it, he'll teach you how to do it. So enhance your learning, really bring you on. So this fantastic program, which is all unique to the Masterful Engineer program and the boiler repair training which I offer, you'll learn this, and as I said, it's going to really bring you on. I'm really excited about this book, what I'm working on. It's going to be like an audio book. I mentioned it already, and it's also going to be like a short video series. And as I said earlier, I'm really excited about this because me and my co-writer, who's going over it, doing work on it constantly, and it's coming to the end of the draft, what we've been doing. I've been reading through it, and I'm totally blown away with what I've now sort of created. The level of sort of the intelligence, the bandwidth of information. It was like it's been written by some sort of professor or someone with a PhD, someone who's super intelligent. And I can't believe I've written this. The information what you're going to listen to or watch me, the words come out my mouth, you're going to be really, really shocked. Because as I said, the level of intelligence is way beyond comprehension, and I can't believe I've written this. However, I can see how I've done it, and how I've done it is quite easy really, because over many years I've gone from the average person, the way they think and the beliefs and everything, and what they sort of immerse themselves in, which is just social media, chit chat, what I learned from a young age, and that's all I've sort of basically been involved with, like most people do. But what I've done, I've come out of that. I've gone into personal development, self-help, listened to thousands and thousands of minutes of audio books on personal development, self-help, people who've got, you know, loads of wisdom, and I've learnt from all this, internalized it. It's given me the knowledge and vision to now me write something like this, which you're going to listen to yourself, and that's where it's come from. And people out there, you can be the same, and I'm going to show you that in the book. You're going to see that the things what we do on a daily basis, we do it without thinking, we do it automatically because we've trained ourselves like that, we're programmed like that because that's all we see and do. So it takes something maybe like what you're going to hear about and see in this book might make you think differently and make you think that, wow, it makes sense, and look at things different, look at life differently, and then you can start building from there and start growing. And this is why, you know, I call myself a coach, because I've gone through the dark side of life and the things what wasn't working for me. Now I've adopted these success principles, the way of thinking, how successful people do things, how to think. And there was a conversation what I just had with a customer a few minutes ago, which Isaac witnessed the conversation. And Isaac, I just wanted to sort of share with people listening of what you gleaned from the conversation, how it all went, and what you think, you know, from your perspective of me being who I am and how we engage in the phone and how the conversation went, the job went. What do you think? Just give us some feedback.
Yeah, from what I've observed when you talk to customers, particularly this customer you just spoke to just now, I observed that on consistent basis you always put your people skills to use, your charisma, you make it very, very prominent, and you have a way of making the conversation go your way. You banter around with them, you make them feel at home, you make them feel relaxed when they're speaking to you. But the main target, the main goal that you want is getting the business. You always make sure that even after all the jokes and everything, you go back to the reason for the call, you get the job, and you always give them a recap so that there won't be any mistakes, you know, in like you recap what you've discussed with them so that they are clear and you yourself, you are clear, and everybody is happy, and that's it. So you always put out your charisma, your people skill, you put it to use now and again.
Okay, you said now and again. Is that not every time?
Yeah, as in continuously, persistently.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. And it's because I've practiced it over and over. I realised it many, many years ago that I'd said a couple of words and I got the same result, and I started noticing that and thought, wow, everyone's reacting the same way. And that's when I started to notice what was going on, and I built from that. And as you said, I use charisma, I use my people skills, I use who I've become. I wasn't that before. In the early days, I wasn't that. Because as I said, like we do, we just do things, we don't know what we do, we just do them. We won't think about them, just do them. But now I realised there's actually a method, there's actually a technique, a way of doing things to get things to go your way. And anybody wants to get things going their way. Who doesn't? You tell me, you want things to go against you? You want people to put the phone down on you? You want people to shut the door in your face? I don't think so. Anybody on the planet wants things to go their way. And that's exactly what business is about. We're in business to make money, we're in business to get customers, repeat business. Yeah, guys will say, yeah, I get business already, yeah, I don't need your skills, I do all well. But I'm not disputing you don't, but you could do things better. And in continuous learning and development, That's what it's about. You never, ever got it. You're always getting it. You're always improving. It's a continuous learning cycle. So as I said, this is what this program's about. This is what Coach Tony Morgan will offer you if you come on our training program, if you subscribe to our Masterful Engineer website, if you want to come on the boiler repair training like Isaac and the others, to be part of the Engineer Team Network and to build yourself a great business using this great business model. So that's it. Simple as that. It's a no-brainer.